not the taking care of the enemies. By the way, that is GG's on Spyro 2. Now come to Spyro 3. Reason why I could not access it because I don't have to do it early is because I didn't have the head bash ability. That was why. Okay, Spyro 3. What can I say about this game? First of all, the plot. Actually, no. Before I do, we did it for Spyro 1, and gotta do this for Spyro 1, Spyro 2. Now comes the introduction. Hello, everybody. My name is Toro Knight. Welcome to Really Civil Rights. We're raising money for the ACLU. We did Spyro 1, Spyro 2, both the 80 Dragon 64 orbs, no level storage categories, respectively, as part of 293 no major collectibles, no major skips category. And now we're on to Spyro 349 eggs. Okay, that is it. All right. Now on to, my opinion, the best game of the trilogy. 149 eggs. We're gonna get like every single egg in the game. All 149. There is no 150th. There is no war embossing today. So anyway, so basically Spyro 3 takes really okay. Go for night. Hello, Amy Skip. Hello, Amy Skip. Hello. And okay, never had this much trouble. There we go. That's fine. Let's just ignore that happened. But yeah, Spyro 3 is a wonderful, wonderful game. Spyro basically retains everything, every ability that we learned in Spyro 2. He has them from the get-go, so no paying money back for this kind of stuff. But also comes the funny shenanigans of using the level to our advantage and do a lot of funky stuff. Such as that, basically going almost like behind the level to access this this egg. We are leaving because we are going to because we cannot actually get every egg in the game because of the main gimmick in Spyro 3, which is the introduction of extra characters that we can play as that are locked behind money bags, and we have to pay gems to be able to access them. And not only that, we also have to beat every single new character's individual level in order to access them in their special little mini stages throughout the entire game. There's kind of noticing the way Spyro 3 is run from a speedrunning perspective is very differently from how it may look like in Spyro 2. Here, levels are a little bit, I guess, like more open-ended in the sense of there are many ways to tackle beating the game. Beating the level and reaching your objective. What I did just now, that's a really cool little wall glide that allows you to access what in casual play is meant to be the very last egg, but instead we make that the first egg, and you're gonna see that a lot of times. A lot of levels are going to be tackled using this approach, because if you notice, once we get out of this this minigame, if you look at the map, you're gonna notice that there's gonna be a lot of times where like the map is gonna be, it's almost like a circuit, like a nice little weird oddly shaped circle. But more often than not, you'll see levels where the very end is actually like right next to the start of the level, but there's usually something that is preventing us from getting to that casually from the very beginning. However, speedrunners have been able to dissect most of these levels and be able to do stuff way out of sequence. But also the main thing about this level, about this game, is that much like talismans in Spyro 2, there is a collectible at the very end of the level. It's just another egg. However, every level has one egg that we call the end of level egg, where what happens is that is the one egg that is required to quote unquote beat the level. The NPC will give you that egg, and then they will go on to the end of the home world to be able to pull down or construct or whatever. Oh, that's fine. I don't. And whatever vehicle is required to get to the next level. Okay. I don't get how. Maybe this is the 149 egg dealio, but for whatever reason, I struggle a lot with trying to get the NPCs to talk to me like how they are supposed to automatically when I get near them if I have enough eggs to access their level. For whatever reason, I'm having trouble with that as of late. I think there's something with the game that's preventing me from doing that. We're going to be coming back to Cloud Spires because this is another instance of animal character that we don't have access to yet. So we're going to have to save it for another time. There's also another thing in this game with moneybags. Moneybags does make a return. Now, the one thing about moneybags in this game, which is little bit of a spoiler. After we beat the final boss, we're able to confront Moneybags one more time. And I'm not going to spoil what happens at that point. However, when that happens, we are going to essentially every single Moneybags check that we didn't get to do during the run before we get to before we beat the final boss. Actually instantly becomes a free pass. So we actually want to try to save as many of those instances as possible to avoid having to pay a whole lot. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. This is Sheila. This is the character, the extra character that we play. One of, I should say. Her thing is mainly like vertical platforming and everything. Also, she kicks. That's her gimmick. She jumps and kicks. Good sandcastles. It's now to become abundantly clear for anyone that's watching that there's a lot of really cool stuff that you can do, from out of bounds shenanigans to wall gliding in order to access portions of the levels that you're not intending to like from the get-go. There's a lot of really cool stuff about that in SRT 3, and it's partially why I love running this game the most, is that there's a lot of variety in what you can do. All right, this one, this enemy is really, really annoying. I'm hoping for an optimal. Oh, that's actually not optimal. That's unfortunate. Can do a little bit of damage, but we can't take him out in one go. Oh, come on. Grab the box. On. Oh, he's gonna. Okay, gonna hopefully get to that. Okay. One hit. Okay, I only got hit once. That's fine. That was not what I was hoping to happen. But there's different patterns. There's different movement patterns that Pluto takes. There is an optimal pattern, and unfortunately, that was not the optimal pattern that we wanted. All right, and here comes the return of the flight levels. However, there is something a little bit different with the speedway / flight levels in Spyro 3. So Spyro 1 had just a simple time trial, and that's it. Spyro 2 introduced a second challenge that you get to access after the level, after you beat the time trial. Spyro 3 adds something even more to that, is that you have the time trial, you have the secondary challenge, but you also have a race against against one of the targets from the time trial. They're usually not that bad. They're usually pretty easy if you know what you're doing. Ironically enough, this first race is actually the hardest race. Not because the race itself is difficult, but because there's not a ton of different avenues to be able to overtake your enemy, your opponents. But we are gonna get to that in a second. But first comes the secondary egg challenge here. Ah, beautiful. Beautiful UFOs. Alright. They're gonna set the butterflies earlier. Now comes butterflies again. Optimally, what we want to try to do is use as much of the terrain as possible and kind of like shortcut our way through, plus using every possible star boost. But as you're gonna see, there really is not much in both departments with this first race, which actually, ironically enough, makes this the hardest race. Because you mess up even one time, it's just gonna put a lot of pressure, and I mean a lot of pressure. But thankfully, I'm a certified gamer, so I'm never worried about losing the race. All right, and just like that, we are basically home free. Just need to close it out. Because I do have to go through every single ring. If I miss even one, the race is over. I am automatically disqualified, and I have to redo the whole race again. Which, as you're kind of now seeing with that timer at the top right of the screen, that loses a ton of time. So we want to go fast, but we also want to be careful. All right, sub 2 minutes, not bad. Now we're gonna get a proper introduction to Sheila. And I'm seeing some more Spyro runners coming into the chat. Hello, everybody. Board Banana, Serve, Urugla, Ignore the comments about Harbor Speedway being the best level in the game. That's propaganda. That is anti-good Spyro propaganda, and I will have none of that. I have a horrible history with Harbor Speedway. Ironically enough, funny enough, the very last thing we will do in this run, not because like I'm dreading it and I'm purposefully saving it for last. No, because it actually makes sense for this for the run to end, routing wise, for this to be the very last thing. But boy, I just do not have. I don't have a good history with that level. Ooh, very good Sheila. That I actually save the. Might save a couple of seconds because the Sheila on the former world record run that I had in here was actually pretty solid. Oh, well, and that time loss was negated because I forgot to fast travel to Sheila, to Sunny Villa. That's okay. All right, now that we've properly beaten the Sheila level, we can now actually do... Oh, whoa, hello? That was weird. Normally that jump would have made it in. But yeah, now that we have properly beaten the Sheila level, every single egg in the game that requires us to play as Sheila is now 100% unlocked. Prior to beating Sheila's level, we actually could not. So that's why it was imperative to be able to do this at this point in the run. Also, it is mandatory. It's just also straight up mandatory to beat this level, that level, in order to advance to the next homeworld. Okay, my gem count's actually decent. Gem counts are real in 149 eggs. Gem counts really kind of serve no role at all. I don't even pay attention to how many there are. I am required to. I do have to like pay and collect gems to be able to afford to pay for. Ooh, that was close. That was really close. But because we get so many gems like naturally, and every speedway level must be done, we are gonna get like a ton of gems. This over the course of the run, so it's never really been an issue. Darn. Unfortunately, I just did not pick up enough speed, but it was very imperative I got that second lizard, even at the cost of being a little bit slow. Okay, now comes the same minigame, except there's a time limit of 3 minutes in which we're just gonna demolish. However, the challenge is not the timer. The challenge is the fact that if you get hit and fall off your skateboard, you automatically lose and you have to restart the whole thing again. That is something to be careful. In fact, I'm kind of tempted to not even... Oh. Actually, nope. Go big or go home. Okay, good. I got enough speed. That was good. That was a good skateboard, too. Is that all of them? Yep. Going back to Seashell Shore. All right. Good start. Aside from the awkward little Amy skip deal, which we're not gonna talk further, the start's been pretty good. Actually, pretty darn good. What is my health like? I should be full health. Yeah, I'm at full health. I am super good. Oh yeah, we never really talked about the plot of this game. I've mentioned the plot in... We talked about the plot in Spyro 1 and Spyro 2. Spyro 3, well, for anyone who was around watching Mousie's 117% run of the PS1 Spyro 3 before this run, so kind of know what the plot is. But for anyone who didn't see, who need a refresher or just don't know, here's the plot. The sorceress wants to achieve immortality, and she needs baby dragon wings to achieve her goal. Just the wings, but he's gonna but she wants to also send them to a farm upstate. Just so that just because she is like that. Straight up, she says like, wait, you don't need to send them to a farm upstate? Oh yeah, no. I just want to do it for the fun of it. By the way, that was Buzz. Really nothing important to deal with Buzz. It's basically just knock him into the lava and presto, you're pretty much done. The challenge in that is that you have to basically you have to try to interrupt his little like spin cycle, which can take a long time. You can either try to get hit, or you try to see if you can get him to try to as if he was trying to get out of the ring. Obviously, he won't, but that is enough to interrupt the cycle fully. Nice. Go. And now comes Sergeant Bird. All right, our second animal companion throughout the game. That's 2 of 4. Sergeant Bird, Sheila was more of vertical platforming. Sergeant Bird is more like aerial combat and aerial platforming. And you'll see that in a second. You see, he flies around and shoots rockets. Try to see if I can get both anvils in one go. Yes, there we go. Perfect. Just barely enough time. And now we wait for Hummingbird to come in. There we go. Pretty good. We're not done yet. We got 2 of the 3 eggs. But the third one is a little bit time consuming. We have to rescue all of the hummingbirds. We've rescued already 2 of them. And now the other 3 are just going to be scattered throughout the level, at least a portion of the level that we've already explored. Grab that 10 right there, and like that. Oh, we're just not gonna grab gems? That's cool. All right, here comes. Oh boy. In my opinion, the worst egg in the entire game. Now, I've said Harbor Speedway is the worst level in the game. I stand by that. But now comes the worst egg. Towards the very end. Boogie Swamp has a Sheila egg. Actually, 2 eggs. I should amend that. It's actually 2 eggs that are the worst. But they are collectively one thing. Escort. There are 2 fireflies that we have to do a little bit of an escort mission with. They are the literal worst. As I will say. I'm hopeful. Hopeful I can get this first try. Oh, darn. Okay. That's fine. Getting hit is... It's whatever. Before getting to that, we have to have a little bit of a mini-boss right there in Sleepyhead. Which, funny enough, Sleepyhead doesn't really... Not really a threat. He's just a dude that... Oh, right. Have to charge. Sorry, that was... The bombs in Spyro 2, those are the ones they have to try to... Actually have to try to beat. Flame. You have to be, like, super dead center. So that's why I am trying to take my time. There we go. One more, and should be good to go. Nice. There we go. Perfect. Oh, okay. Here it comes. Just rip the band-aid on. This is not going to be fun at all. It's actually made worse in the Reignited trilogy because in the original this is actually supposed to be a this was supposed to be, the camera was supposed to be like in the top, but like top view, but now you just get regular camera, which actually is not good. Oh my god, okay. That was still sketch. The first bomb is usually the hardest. I actually would think the first bomb to deal with is actually the worst one. Okay, we got the first one done. I'm hopeful that I can keep the momentum going. I'm not even kidding when I say this is going to be a massive momentum swing. If yeah, that's right. Okay, yeah, I was right. I was worried for a second, like, wait a minute, does he actually have to go for that mushroom? No, he does not. We have to go through this one. And I don't think I need to do this one, but just in case. No, wait, I did. Oh, thank goodness. You have no idea how big this is. This... If I wasn't careful, and I would have been, like, stuck trying to do this, I can't explain how bad the time loss is. It could compound to anything from, like, a 1 minute to, like, a 3-minute time loss if you are not careful. I'm so glad I don't have to deal with this anymore. First try, and that's really darn good. But we are not out of the woods yet because there is a lot of stuff that can... Oh, a lot of stuff that can go wrong. Especially at this portion. Midday Gardens has a lot of levels where things can just go horrifically wrong through no fault of your own. So we need to keep our toes at the ready. Okay. And shout out to Dylan J. Fox, who was here on the chat earlier. Pioneering this beautiful, beautiful trick. Hello? Hello? Oh, okay. I compliment. There we go. A little scuff, but we got there. Wanted that fodder. That's fine. I'm gonna need a little bit of silence here. For an auto queue. Nice. There we go. The way that egg works is think of the aggro radius as kind of like a sphere. And when you at any point you enter that sphere, the thief is gonna start moving. So what we try to do is we try to like fly around it as much as we can, so that way we can delay aggroing the thief and setting off on off its path as much as we can, so that way it'll give us enough time to get to the bottom of the broken bridge and flame him on the first go around. We know, and we can time this to an audio cue when we actually enter sort of that like invisible sphere that sets off the thief. You're gonna hear like, oh, like very faintly on like if you're on headphones on I think your left headphone, your left ear, and that's your cue. That's like, okay, now he's starting to run. So be on the ready with the flame. Hopeful for good country speedway. Okay, that's a good start. I do like these cows, how they are. They remind me of like the God, I'm trying to remember. They remind me of like there was like a restaurant ad involving cows, and I can't remember off the top of my head what it is. Either way, Country Speedway is relatively, I would say it's actually kind of my favorite IL field goal. That was close to being. Actually, was that the best Country Speedway I've ever had? Might have been an IL PB. Funny enough. All right. All right, everybody, get your yeehaws ready because you're going to be hearing that for the next, like, minute and a half. It also comes the worst hunter minigame, in my opinion, of this game. It is extremely slow. The reticle is not... It's not even accurate. I can't even say the reticle is, like, fully accurate. So it does kind of mess up a little bit with your with depth perception. Just enough to where you have to be very, very aware of that. Okay, that was good. Counts right there. And if you miss one, you have to redo the whole thing again from the top. I think you're here. Yeah. Right, nice early shot. And unfortunately, there's almost no way to speed this one up. I believe this is the last one. I want to say this is... Nope. That's the last one, I'm pretty sure. Come on. No. Ooh, I thought for a second he actually shot. I'm like, there's no way that cow shoots his laser that early. All right, here comes the race. Arguably the easiest race in the entire game. Okay. That's weird. Mainly because there's a lot of avenues to get good shortcuts in, nice star boosts. It's a really fun race to do. Ah, I missed that star boost. Okay, that's fine. Again, this race is very, very easy, so I'm not worried at all about missing one. So far, so good. Unfortunately, these races kind of uneventful. Unfortunately, it would be really cool if I had like I don't know. Do you think I'm like a Formula One announcer? Just commentate the race. It'd just be really funny. A thought popped into my head. Right, we are near the end of this race. Thank God. Let's see. And 237. 236, okay. Hey, I'm actually doing really well on this, relatively well on this, Spire 3, portion of the run. It's 703. Gem count is looking pretty good. Now, here comes maybe potentially the worst, level for things to go horrifically wrong. It all starts with whether or not Hunter behaves and gives me what I want. Did. And good. All right. Now, I'm gonna need to do a special little jump to access the end of the level relatively early. However, I don't know. As of late, I've been struggling with that. I don't know if this is a control thing or a skill issue thing. I would like to blame it on the controller, but it could also be a skill issue thing. So we're gonna quit the game and just get back in, only because it gets us to the start of the level faster to be able to do what I am about to do right now. Ah, beautiful. Okay, finally. Okay. Actually, what I'm gonna do, normally I would just fly down. However, we are going to get these bones because, surprise, surprise, as I had mentioned all the way back at Skelos Badlands in Spyro 2, put a pin on the bone, on the little bone dance guy. Because he is, spoiler warning, he makes a grand return in this game. Now, you may be wondering to yourself, when and how did the bone guy, the bone dance guy, even get to this point? Because plot-wise, this area that we are in, like the entire world of Spyro 3, is set on the literal opposite side of the world of Spyro 1. And the answer to that is, shut up, bone dance is funny, so why not bring it back? Now, coming up is, after this, one thing that Spyro Reignited has over the original is that this minigame coming up, you have to do the all 2 minutes. However, here, no, you don't. We don't have to do all. We don't have to do all 3 minutes of. We can just do this. Get to 3,000 points with one trick, and that is enough to get to access the rest of this. Oh wait. Oh wait, no, hold on. I need to actually. It's better to do this first. I forgot. Or maybe mentally, I was just preparing myself because. Okay. Spyro 2 had George. Spyro 3 had Farley. I'm gonna be honest. George clears Farley. It's not even funny. Because this thing has the potential for so many things to go wrong. It's not even... I'm not even joking how bad this minigame can go from a programming level standpoint. Because if you don't do things well, he could... Okay. So far, so good, but we're not out of the woods yet. Okay. Oh, thank goodness. Oh my god. Okay, I was doing practice on this, and everything kind of went wrong with this level. Actually, not with the level. With this egg, and I lost a whopping 3 minutes because I had to restart the minigame. Because Farley got stuck. For no fault of my own, the game just decided Farley was gonna get stuck. and I had to redo the whole thing, and it was at the very end of the very end of the run, of the minigame. All right, phone here. There we go. And the bone dance, ladies and gentlemen, we are not going to see it. We already saw it first time 2 hours ago. We don't need to see it a second time, as funny as it is. Got a marathon to speed through. A marathon, raising funds for the ACLU. So you should all donate. Really, really cool that we got to 1,000 already in just a couple of days. $1,000. This is the final level on this trip to Mythic Garden Icy Peak. Thankfully, there isn't anything... There's nothing in here that would completely upend the run. Or, like, this pace that I'm on. Oh, really? There we go. Wall glide, that should have resulted in a hover. That's okay. You're doing pretty darn good. Yeah, this is another instance where that egg was supposed to be the very last egg we access. However, because with clever platforming, we're just able to access right from the get-go. All right. Anybody a fan of figure skating? This egg is for you. Because this is just... This is kind of like a really messed up plot line. So, she's in the middle, I guess it's figure skating recital? Or whatever you want to call it. A performance. And then this hockey team just like, no, we want to practice. Get out of the ring. And so the solution is, we are all, one by one, gonna try and just bash her to oblivion with those hockey sticks. Like, just super duper uncool. Okay. Like that. You know, yeah, I mean, yeah. I shut it off just because, just to show what I mean, you know? This is also another instance where in the PS1 version, this is supposed to be from a top-down camera point of view, and instead we're just doing regular camera view, and it actually is worse. It makes it worse. Because you can also see with the shadow, with like the shadows of the Rhinox coming in. Hello? There we go. Nope, we're not doing that again. Nope. No, the demonstration's over. And one more. All right. Unfortunate time loss, but hey, it's just to show what happens if you fail the minigame. Yep, that was totally the intent from the very beginning. It's a 10 there, but I don't think that's an issue. I think on gem counts is gonna be fine. Oh, I see kind of you're trying to change the game on Twitch to Spiral Reignite. You know what the funny thing is? I could be wrong. This was before I started speedrunning it, but I've heard that Twitch actually did have a Spiral Reignited game title to add on to the games that you are playing, and they just removed it. I'm not 100% sure, but I've heard that that was the case. That at one point, Reignited was a game you could just search up and add to your stream title, but then they just stopped for whatever reason. That has yet to be explained to this day. Yeah, so Spike is also kind of an uneventful boss fight. Really game. Okay. Wholeheartedly disagree that I actually got hit, but... So this may not be the last time we see Spike. But I am hopeful it is not the last time we see... What? Okay, okay, Whirligig, the Whirligig took off without Spyro. Game. Spyro's not there. Game? Spyro's not there. Spyro's not there. I am concerned that this may be a potential... Actually, it's not a big time loss. But it is funny if this actually ends up being... I think... No. Okay. That was just weird. That was just really weird. Into that whale. You get a free egg, and then now off to Charnbridge. Oh boy, Charnbridge is quite the doozy. Charnbridge is one of the hardest levels in the game, in my opinion. One of those levels where things can just compound into like a small mistake into like a big, potentially big time loss. So now I'm hopeful I can just do this well. Okay, good. The first trick of the level done successfully. All right, good. Good start. Ooh, nice. There we go. Okay, Charnbridge is going pretty darn well to start. Let's see if I can keep the magic going. trying to think, do I need gems for the rest of this game? I want to say no, but I guess you can never be too safe. Ooh, that was close. Actually, no. I don't need this. Actually, I'm pretty sure I don't need any. I need 1,000 gems for Bentley, but we're gonna get 400 in a second. In like coming up very, very shortly. Okay. Not gonna get the end of level egg right now because it is actually faster to hold off and do the and do this egg. Nice. Right, good. This is a really good charm bridge. Might even be the best charm bridge I've ever had in this category. Yeah, it is. Yeah, nice gold split. All right. Aside from that one little minor mishap at IC Peak, this has been going really well. Pretty darn happy about it. Pretty darn happy. Oh wait, nope. I'm going for a moment I was gonna go to the level after this. That was my bad. Nothing happened. By the way, this is, in my opinion, the best Speedway music in the entire trilogy. Not even up for debate. I think I'm just gonna take this normally because I want to be 1,000% sure I'm doing this right. Or like, there's no chance I fail this. Ooh, I thought I missed that one. Glad I did not. Okay, good. All right, not bad. Not bad at all. Not how I typically do it, but at the very least, it was consistent. It's nice. Doing good. Now, time for a little bit of a breather, because this egg is unbelievably easy. You just basically gotta last till the end of whatever this track is, and then you just get the egg automatically. It's not even like, oh, you get hit once, you lose. It's like, you get hit like 4 times and then you lose. And it's so easy to not... It's so easy to avoid almost all of these, so... egg acquire. Wait, yeah? No? There we go. I was like waiting. I was waiting for it, but all right. Let's go. And wow, I cannot believe the rocket that is supposed to home in on these things actually missed like that. Oh, wow. Okay, that was interesting. Unfortunately, I think this is the longest, or maybe the second longest race in the entire game. But that just means that it gives us plenty of time to win this race. Yeah, one thing I while we still got another 90 seconds, if not like 80. One thing I absolutely I want to give a special shout out to the Spyro speedrunning community, and I am including Reignited. For as much as people like to kind of like, there's this kind of divide between Spyro speedrunning and Reignited speedrunning. I consider them all part of one big extended family. And the Spyro community is such a wonderful, wonderful array of people. Some of the best experiences of my life, I'm not even kidding, have come because of this community and the larger PlayStation Nation community at large. You know, I discovered speedrunning, and Reignited 1 was actually the very first game I wanted to speedrun. Unfortunately, it did actually not go as planned, so I just abandoned it and went to other stuff like Pokemon TCG as the first game I've ever speedrun. But I've always had that love for wanting to speedrun Spyro. And I'm so fortunate to have had the opportunity to show this game off, not just at this marathon, but have as many wonderful experiences playing this game with so many different people, getting to meet people, going to places I've never been to before, all directly because of speedrunning, and by a large extension, Spyro speedrunning at large. So genuinely, I want just say from the bottom of my heart, thank you to Spyro speedrunning. Oh, that's not what. Come on. Right. Pretty solid, Honey Speedway. Could have been better if I menued a tiny bit better, but overall, I'm pretty darn happy with that. We need 14 gems to be able to access Bentley's level. And again, could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that is it as far as egg requirements, for gem requirements for the rest of the run. Like we do not have to collect a single gem once we free Bentley, because everything else is going to be free the moment we beat the sorceress. All right. Submarines is one of my least favorite Ooh, got the double hit. Okay, never mind. I love submarines. They've always been my favorite. It's a perfect minigame. And I will hear no arguments. The contrary. Come on, hit it, hit it. I take that back. Submarines is the worst minigame in the franchise. This is gonna be flip-flopping. Oh, okay. Yeah, it is the worst. It is the worst in the franchise. I will hear no arguments. To the contrary. All right, now comes the thing I actually dread. Submarines 2. I actually don't even do this in any percent. Which is essentially just grab 100 eggs to fight the sorceress. Ah, okay. Skill issue on my aiming. Nice. 3 more. There's last. Oh, there's one. Ooh, oh my god. That. How did that not end me? Okay. I'll take it. That should have ended me. Not gonna lie. Nice. All right. All right. We have now collected every gem that we need for the rest of the run. Not even kidding. Appreciate the GL have HF Dread. Appreciate you stopping on by. I appreciate everyone who has stopped by throughout the course of these where are we at? Just a little over 4 hours. We still have, I'm gonna say we probably have another like hour and 20. Just eyeballing it, probably another anywhere from like an hour 10, hour 20 left in the run. Oh boy. Y'all talk amongst yourselves while I focus on this ridiculously annoying egg. How did that actually land? I'm actually the greatest of all time. Not gonna lie. Okay, that's not what I meant to do, but I'll just take it. Have enough. Oh, there we go. Yep, nope, that's definitely enough. Right. All right, we got this one in the bag. Now, see, it's not this egg, not this race that has me worried. It's the next one that's coming up, which is instead of 6 Rhinox, you're going, no, 5 other Rhinox. You're going up against Hunter, and you not only have to beat Hunter, he gives you like an extra challenge because he is just because he's just a brat like that. You have to kill every single crab on the obstacle course and still beat him. Luckily, beating a Hunter is fine. It's actually not that bad. The problem is you cannot kill every crab in one lap. You cannot. But so far, I am doing this very well. Okay, this is a fantastic start. Just get through this one. All right. Oh, I forgot about it. Oh, okay. I need to pay attention to that one. Okay, we basically won the actual race. So now it's a question of trying to get to those crabs. That's the, that is the question of the day. Ah, I meant to go more, like, okay. Remember, get the crab, get the crab. Everything else is not, okay. Go here. Okay, yeah, we won. Oh, wait, I can't do a trick, no. If I do a trick right there, that's where it's gonna go horrifically wrong. Okay, I'm trying my best to... Okay, that was cool, I think. Oh my god, okay. That's definitely enough boost. What trick even registered for it to do this? For it to go to full bar? Either way, you win. Wow, that was by far the best lost fleet I've ever had. It's not even funny. It just, holy crap. Okay, I'm not saying like pace pals like, strap in, but entering this run, entering Spyro 3, I was like 3 minutes behind. Like roughly 3 minutes behind, if not more. To my PB, which was world record. Unofficially was world record. It still technically is right now until things change. But heading into Lost Fleet, I was over a minute behind. Now I'm actually ahead. So, who knows? Who knows? Either way, at the bare minimum, this is a fantastic... This is by far the best start I've ever had at 249 eggs. And that's with, like, the figure skating egg actually going horrifically wrong. So, you know, hey, pretty happy with how this run has gone so far. Right. Oh, right. Kind of gloss over the fact that we're playing as a freaking Yeti. Yeah, Bentley the Yeti. He's big, he's slow, and he has a giant club. That's kind of... Oh, and he speaks in this, like, posh, like, British accent? I think it's supposed to be British, but I'm not entirely sure. Either way, his level is incredibly easy. So really has not much to talk about there. What is there to talk about is the fact that he is vital to the single biggest trick in the entire run. Now, its significance has been drastically reduced because of the nature of this category. However, it is still a pretty decent time save over the alternative if I don't execute this trick. That won't be in play until we fight the boss of Evening Lake, which is Scorch. We're at 88 eggs. All right, we're doing good. Doing good. Okay, and the reason why, okay, that cutscene is actually pretty important, because we are, because at that cutscene is meant to signify that Hunter is no longer accessible for the next few levels. So any egg that requires Hunter to be present, whether it's like accessing the portion of the level itself, or you have to play as Hunter, you cannot do that until I want to say after you beat Scorch, the boss here. So it was pretty important for us to do Honey Speedway first, and then do Lost Fleet before we got to that point. Okay. Here comes the boxing, el boxeo, sweet science. Boxing 1 is absurdly easy. However, we are still at the mercy of the AI just wanting to be unfair and blocking shots if need. Okay. Not a great boxing 1. Was blocking a lot. There we go. Not a great boxing 1. Hopefully, hopefully pendulum swings the other way and we have a good boxing 2. He has a drastically bigger health bar this time around. And oh my god. That's just not good. I might have to do round 2. That's really, oh my god. This is, yeah, no. Yeah, we're not beating this in one round. What is up with, yeah. People don't like boxing 2 with good reason. I can't even risk it with, like, trying to throw a haymaker. Because he will recover a little bit of health, so that's just trying to get as much damage as it can. Okay, try to go for it there. It wasn't enough. Oof, almost there. We're losing a little bit of time here, but that's fine. Whatever. Losing like 20 seconds here. Really? Okay, that jab didn't connect. Come on. Come on. Come on. There we go. Hello? Oh my god, there we go. Finally. That was rough. We are actually going to be coming back here, but this is one of those instances where Moneybags is plays a role, and we have to pay, I don't remember, I think it's like 600, 700, maybe even 800 gems to access the final egg of that level. And we're not going to do that because there's no need to. We can just go meet the sorceress and get that and not have to pay at all once we do. All right. Everybody, say hello to, in about 25-30 seconds, everyone say hello to a fan favorite egg in this entire, in this fandom. We'll get in just a second. In fact, he's such a beloved dragon where we have a category named after him, which is just literally get to this egg as soon as possible. Noodles. That was it. Say hi to Noodles, and we're done. Yeah, it's a lot of funny names in this game. By the way, there's Greta from Spyro 2. You remember from when I was doing the Scorch level? Ironically enough, immediately after this, we are fighting the boss named Scorch. Okay, now let's see if we can get this damage boost up for this free egg. Yep. Never in doubt. We are gonna, again, we are gonna be coming back here only because, of the fact that, we have one egg, not sure, no, 2 eggs that are locked behind a character we still do not have access yet, which means there's no real rush to get another egg later on. All right, time for Scorch. Okay, let me explain to you just real briefly what we're about to do. So the objective of this next trick is to have Bentley throw a green rocket at the same frame roughly as the final hit on the boss, and kind of have this naturally sound playing because it feels weird doing this with no audio. Bentley has six different types of six total rockets, I should say, and 2 different types of rockets: green rockets, red rockets. Red rockets and green damage and green rockets do the exact same amount of damage. However, red rockets have 50 ammo, and green rockets only have 1. Green rockets, if we are able to get that trick going, we are able to take that green rocket and then go to one specific level and bypass a money back check and do the entire level really fast. Now the setup here involves needing Bentley to leave 2 red rockets out on the field, because if he does, he no longer has red rockets to throw. So we're hoping that within the first 5 rocket attempts, 3 of those are red. I'm hoping. That's 1. Okay, beautiful. All right. Actually, a little dubious. Not gonna lie, I'm a little dubious that rocket is gonna last. We'll see. I can't tell if did that. Please tell me that stayed on the field. It did. Okay. So now all it takes is counting to 9. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Am I the greatest of all time, or am I the greatest of all time? I'm just saying. Ooh, okay. Getting goosebumps right here. All right, the trick has been successfully executed. Oh my god, I'm not even kidding. Worst case scenario, we failed at, and we can lose as much as like 2-3 minutes. Oof. All right, there we go. There we go. That was one of the best Bentleys I've had, actually. One of the best Scorch fights I've had in a good while. This is absolutely perfect. I can't even stress how good we are right now. Do a little of this to get this egg. Now, may not look like nothing has changed. Like, you may be wondering yourself, wait a minute, what's going on? Nothing has changed. You'll see in a second. You will see in a second. The first thing is, we go to this level, Crystal Islands. You have no idea how happy I am that I actually executed this trick. And then, boom, rocket storage. We can now shoot green rockets and we're done. We were basically done. Yeah, so the reason why we needed to do this is because this, that plane thief would be the biggest time loser in this entire level. Because we have to, the normal way would be to just fly across the level and just chase him down, and it can lose a lot of time if you're not careful. But with the green rocket, we can just take down the thief from the get-go, and it automatically teleports us to that point, to that area where the super fly chart power-up is. But now we can just access the rest of the level. No problem right there. Here comes small. All right, this one's for you, Board Banana. I know you're watching. This mole egg calls out to you like the bat signal. Swear to God. Okay, come on. Really? Really starting this off. How did that not... What? How did that not hit? Okay, Mike. Is this even... Okay, actually. Okay, I'm gonna take... There we go. Is this even beatable in 30 seconds? Maybe. Oh my God. Well, I lost a minute. Okay, I can't even try to lose this on purpose now. I'm losing this on purpose. Oh my God. Oh my God. That was just really unlucky with the moles. This is much better. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. What is going... Wait, what is my counter? Oh my God. Did the thing glitch out? I can't tell how many... Oh God, it is broken. There we go. Oh, come on. Just one. I need one mole. There we go. Well, that was... Well, that was the worst experience I've ever had in my life. That's fine. All right. Now, we're on to the sorceress. Let's see if, okay, I'm a minute behind on my splits as for the load remove time. Now, let's see. This is a fun little challenge. Let's see if I can bring this back. Okay. Hoping I could avoid the cutscene. There we go. All right. This is the final boss, but it is not the... Yeah, this is the final boss, but it is not the end of the run. No, by no stretch of the imagination. We are like a little over 2/3. We're like 2/3 of the way done with the run. With this category. Actually, not even. Not even. We are like maybe 60% of the way done. We still have, because some of the eggs that we still have left are really, they take an absurd amount of time. So yeah, we're not even close to being done. Oh, really? Okay. At least I got the good snipe there. There's 3 phases to this fight. Take it's the phase, first phase. Actually, no, Cannons is the first phase. Tanks is phase 2. UFO is phase 3. And a little anticlimactic that we have the vehicles or the things that is being used to fight the sorcerers. Come on, get a little early. Oh, all right. That was funny. Hold on, and there we go. Not gonna chance it. Oh, what? Oh, what? Oh, okay. That's bad. That's actually really bad. That's actually really bad. We're losing like 30 seconds now at minimum. How did I was full on horizontal movement. What? Okay. Yeah. It's much like in the gulp fight from Spyro 2. Once you're at low health, the game is gonna overextend on the health recovery. Oh, come on! That's... Okay. Cool. Heal. Heal. Anyways, we're having fun. No, we're not doing that again. We're not doing that again. All right. Damn, there goes like a... That would have been like a really big time save had that gone well. That's fine. There is time save left for the run. This could still be a 4... This could still very easily be a 4 hours and... less than 4 hours and 50 minutes in terms of load removed. So I'm not worried yet. This can still get a trifecta PB. All right, now comes the funnies. Now comes the funnies. And now beat up money bags. We can now get every single thing. Every single gem that we've paid him. Unfortunately, not every single gem from Spyro 2. Only the ones in Spyro 3. But it's still cathartic as all heck. There we go. Just like that. And then... Hey! Free egg. And boom, boom. 3 eggs in like 10 seconds. Wow. What a way to kick off the post game. Alright. Here comes not Tomb Raider, giving us our end of level egg, but we are still going to go through quite a bit. Oh, really? Of course. 1 in 3 chance, and he always picks the one that I'm in. Every single time. That's fine. Not a big deal, honestly. Okay. What? Okay. How did that not hit? Okay. I'm 2 sharks left. One. No, now it's 2 sharks left. Where are the other 2? There it is. Where's the last one? Oh, probably way up here. Going to bat. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I figured it was like super high up. There we go. That could have gone real bad. Now we're just gonna do another quick game just to get to the start of the level, and we'll be fine. What is that? Oh no! Oh no, we're not. Oh, I don't know if you saw that. That enemy was not where. Oh, he was so out of its position. Ooh, I've encountered that bug before. It is hilarious every single time. Oh man, that scared me for a quick second. Let's see if I can get a nice little Boost. There we go. Need that. That way I can get to this a lot quicker. And that is egg number 6. Cool. Okay, 98 seconds behind. I am essentially effectively 2 minutes from behind my beloved sub 4 hours and 50 minutes load remove time. Let's see if I can do it. I do think there is enough time save to be able to pull that off. Won't be easy, but I do firmly believe in myself. And that's all I can ask for. Just a chance. Did that not hit? How does none of these hitting? My aim was a little bit off on that first section, but I think this is fine. We're kind of understanding what Agent 9's whole deal is in this level. Normally, actually, I would have had to pay 1,000 gems to access this level, but because we have freed the sorceress, there's really no force kind of stop. And we beat Moneybags. We beat the sorceress, and we beat Moneybags, meaning there's no force stopping us from, or stopping Agent 9 from being freed, because there's no antagonist anymore. I believe the last one's over here. No, all the way back here. Oh. Where's the... Wait, where's the last bird? Oh, there's the last bird. Oh my god. Oops. Oops. Wait. There we go. That's what I needed. Nice. Oh my god, this is I honestly, this is probably one of my least favorite like mini games in the entire in all of Spyro 3, because depth perception is kind of non-existent in here. Okay. There we go. And last but not least, there we go. Wow, from way downtown. All right. Cool. What? Oh, I thought I... There we go. Where am I going to next? Molten Crater. Now comes the run back, where we are going to be accessing essentially every single... Oh, no. There's a few levels that are still left to be unexplored from the get-go. However, most of what we're about to do... Ah, okay, of course. Oh my god, that could have gone real bad. What? Okay. Cool. It's fine. Fine. We're fine. We're good. Right. Casual 40-second time loss right there. Nothing to be worried about. Now, if now to get to that sub 4 hours and 50 minutes at this rate, I could get it. That's fine. It's gonna require an aggressive attempt at Harbor Speedway, very end of the run, which will be interesting, but also the Sparks levels, which I do feel confident in getting back a lot of time. Oh, hold on. I gotta talk to you first. Okay. Oh my god, that's unfortunate. Oh. So, Sparks levels, oh. Done for this. There is, so in this game, Sparks has his own in dedicated levels, which is actually pretty neat. The Sparks levels kind of go with like one of those like top-down top-down like bullet hell shooters, if I'm using the term correctly. They're not great, but they can, I mean, they can be for some decent fun. That's just not personally my cup of tea. Nope, not here. That's not where I need to go. Where am I? Well, or did I? Or did I actually need to go? I'm literally discombobulated. I can't lie. And the last verse. It's the last one right here. Nice. There we go. So now we're going back to Seashell Shore, not because of Seashell Shore, but because it is the closest thing to the actually to the first Sparks level. Let's see how that goes. Now again, so you'll get in a second what I mean about like the whole bullet storm, whatever it's the thing is called. Come on, there we go. You ain't got 10 ways. So the main objective here, like in reality, is just survive while keeping this specific power up. There's a lot of different types of power ups that Sparks can have throughout the run, have throughout the levels. However, this is the biggest one. This is like by far the best thing to have in your arsenal. And so it becomes a game of how long can you survive. Yeah, it's so funny how good this is. Now on to Bamboo Terrace. We're gonna get the last 2 eggs of that level. So we're just basically rounding things out until we can get to essentially the last 3 levels, or the last 4 new levels of the game, while doing the occasional like Sparks level. All right. Unfortunately, there was not much to do in this level. It's just a whole big waiting game. It's a good time for a water break. Oh, never mind. I forgot these guys were still here. Okay. I gotta be also very careful with treating these little pandas because they can, or these NPCs, because if you accidentally hit them, you lose the whole thing and you have to restart from the start. And this is an exceptionally slow egg. Okay, that should be the last one. Yep. And then all the way back at the end of the level, we got another Bentley segment. This time, no moles are involved, so this should, in theory, be a more pleasant experience. Although it is going to take longer. Really? Okay. That's cool, game. Oh my god. They just mirror the sound effects like cranked up to an 11 right now. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay, admittedly, I was not paying attention. Admittedly, I was not paying attention. Oh boy, this is gonna go really bad. Okay. I'm gonna take a safety spotter here. I think this is still saving time, so it's not the end of the world. That's not time say I would have liked. Yeah, barely. I could have saved a little bit more time if I a little bit better on that. Right, how much time do we have left? I would say we got about 35, 40 minutes left, RTA. Right. And now we're just kind of rounding off again. Here comes another Sparks level. This one can be a little annoying, but... Oh. But if this goes well, this could save a decent chunk of time for sure. key. Oh, come. Okay, that's... Half health is not great. Oh, but I do have this, so that's nice. The annoying thing is that you only got basically 6 HP, and every single thing can do a lot of damage. Thankfully, this is not going poorly. Yeah. All right, we're taking this. Taking this. Oh boy. Now we can actually go up here. Oof. Ooh, I'm 1 HP. Oh no, I need to survive. Okay. Ooh, okay. Not a fan of having to use up almost all of my things on this. Okay, I don't know if I have enough. Hey, woo, that was close. Not optimal, but it was still something. Okay, we're slowly climbing back. Slowly climbing back. Okay, this is kind of like a little bit of a Doom section. However, we kind of really don't have to engage with actually fighting enemy. It's just kind of get to the... Wow, that is okay. I need fodder. Wow, that was really unfortunate. Blockage there. Either way, it's just you don't have to take care of a single one of these. You can just simply... It's just simply getting to the end of this, and the second egg is just straight up going back to the start. So that's the two eggs in this level. That's one. In the original PlayStation 1 version of this game, there is a trick that speedrunners call Agent Spyro, where if you were to enter this level, however, if you were to disconnect your controller at a certain point during the loading, it interrupts the cutscene, the animation or the cutscene where it says like, "Oh hey, Spyro, I'm gonna be entering this thing. I'm Agent 9," and then you can control Spyro, but almost for certain, you're gonna, if you don't move in a certain direction, in a certain manner, you're still gonna activate, you're still gonna play as Agent 9. However, if you are able to do like a special charge jump, once you reconnect your controller, you can actually try to get out of bounds, and if you die, you still get to do the Agent 9 minigame. However, you do it with Spyro, and believe me when I tell you, it is much more preferable doing it this way. Okay, that was a cheap shot, Red Dragon. All right, we'll get yeah, this is one of the worst minigames in the franchise, only because these dragons recover health If they didn't recover health, they would be fine. How would... Oh my god, I can't look at the red dragon. That's the problem. So I have to... So the trick is you have to focus on one. Otherwise, you're in for a bad time. Oh, okay. I got 2 hits left on this. Oh, really? Oh my god. No, 3 hits now. He's just going to keep... Oh my goodness. There we go. Oh my god, that... Okay, that first dragon is huge. Because now I can focus my efforts entirely on this. And I'm hoping that I can... unlock it. How are these flames not connecting? That's my question. How are these flames not connecting? They should be. I need to be careful. If I die, ooh, nice hit. We're almost there. Oh, I thought that was the last hit. Got excited for a second. Oh, okay, come on. Never mind. It's back to 2 hits. And has got enough recovery. There we go. Okay, this is good. This is good. This is good. All right. Slowly clawing back. Slowly but surely. Okay. Please, do not let this be what I think it is. Okay, I'm taking a death here. Believe me when I tell you, doing that actually just saved me a boatload of time against these splits. Because, for whatever reason, if that enemy was... If that NPC was... because of the way it was located, Pyro was forced to try to be in front of him, like to talk and initiate the cat hockey minigame. However, where's the... Oh my god, where are my cats? However, because of the way... because he tries to go in front of him, he's gonna automatically start walking off the ledge and die. But dying resets his original positioning. For whatever dumb reason. Where's the cat? Oh my god, I hate cat hockey. I hate cat hockey with my soul. I love cats. I love hockey. But cat hockey, I don't think they should. I don't think that should be. I think that should be allowed. Okay. Come on, get in. Oh, okay. Oh my god, can this guy... Oh god. Alright. At least this still is a time save. And just like that, we are back ahead of the of my PB trifecta PB splits. Just like that. However, this could actually make or break the whole thing, because Starfish Reef is, in my opinion, the worst of the bunch of the Sparks levels. The butterfly? Hello? Oh my god. How did that spotter not hit? We want to try to avoid that blue one. That blue one gives us a really, really not great power up. It's just a bunch of like bombs. Try to avoid that. Mm-mm. 179. I think that's still enough, but I don't want to use up too many of these. Oh boy. No! Oh my god. Okay, this is bad. I'm losing major time here. I basically have to kill every single enemy, and I'm in deep trouble. I'm in actually rough shape. Okay, oh no, wait, we're back, we're still back, maybe, we might be back. Yeah, we are back. Oh, we're still back. You have no idea how back we are. Okay, all right. Whew, that was close. I forgot that we still had that there was a second one of these. Oh my god. I hate the flick of the even accidentally flicking your joystick is enough to move sparks in a not optimal shooting angle. Oh, okay. I really hope there is fodder. If there's fodder, then I think I'm good. There is. Okay. Okay, we're good. Oh, okay. Oh. Is there health? Is there health at the very end? No. There is. Come on. Okay. Where am I going? On it. Okay. Somehow, miraculously, that still saved time. Oof. So. All right. Haunted Tomb is not going to be an easy level, but I'm hopeful that things can progress. $132. Okay, my egg count is perfecto. That's 132 eggs. By this point, that is what I need. Ooh, okay. Hello. Oh no, let's not do it again. There we go. Start try a torch jump. Not ideal, but it is what it is. I don't remember how this went on my PB. So this will be interesting to figure out. Okay, now the trick here is to try to see if we can get as many many snipes as you can on 3 specific tanks in the back. So now unfortunately failed the first one. Okay. Nice, very good. Oh, okay, that's not ideal. Nice, okay. Now, back to Agent 9 for the last... Actually, no, second to last time. There's 4 stages, and we just gotta go through every single one of them and beat them as fast as possible. I'm not worried about health because there is fodder, I believe, starting with this next stage. Yeah, there is. Yeah, I'm not worried at all. But I would like to get some fodder right now, please. Thank you. Actually, no, 5 stages. I forgot. Oh, okay. I thought for a second I was like, where's the other one? Nope, we're good. Is that it? Oh my god. Oh, I need health again. Ew. One more egg, and we are good to go to leave this level. Nice. And we recovered a lot of time. So, yeah, we only got 3 levels left, actually. Dynamines, Bug Factory, and Hell. But, we'll see how these things go, but this is going well. This is going well. I am happy to report. Come on, get in. Okay, got on top of the whirlwind. And on to Dino Mines, baby. Go. Getting that little wall glide to skip having to just go through the start of the level is big. It doesn't save that much time, but any time save at this point, or avoiding any time loss is preferable. And just like that, we are already done with Dynamon, or we got the quote-unquote end of level egg at Dynamons. However, there kind of is nothing. There's nothing signifying like what happens when you get the end of level egg in Midnight Mountain. It's just there, nothing like real specific. Because like there's no other way to. The only thing you would do is that you have to like obviously you have to collect every single egg in 149 because there's no 150th egg, and in 117% you collect 149 eggs and 1 fake egg. Don't let other spiral speedrunners tell you otherwise. All right, I remember Time Crisis or House of the Dead. Well, this one's for you. We're basically just playing that. And all right, this is practically an auto scroller, but you do still have to be very quick. If you shoot them quick enough, it might save like fractions of a second, which is always good to have. Going to the left and got that red dino. That red dino, I believe it's optional. You do get a skill point and you do recover health if you get that red dino. Which, if you don't have a good time in the start at the start of this, then that red dino is pretty good to have. Pretty good to shoot down. And okay, got hit once. That's not a big deal. We're kind of basically nearing the end of this anyway. There we go. There's still one more egg that people who don't know, who don't really play Spyro 3 may not have actually did not see it because it is very hidden, and it is all the way up here. 2 more levels, and we're done. What a journey. What a journey in this game. These past almost 5.5 hours have taken me. Oh boy. But I appreciate everyone who's kind of tuned in. It really doesn't mean a lot to me. That you all took time out of this Wednesday morning to watch this run, and obviously support a great cause in the ACLU. Bugbot is just like an onslaught of enemies left and right. I forgot. Do I need to? Yes, I definitely need this. For sure. Key will be the final boss of this place because it can go really. Okay, butterfly, thank you. Okay, off the top of my head, I cannot remember because it's been a lengthy day. Yeah, I don't need to do that, and I lost a hit. That's fine. The unfortunate part is that there are no like special ammos that I know of, but we are already at the end. This is actually one of the shorter, believe it or not, this is, I want to say, in terms of length, this is actually the second shortest of the Sparks levels. Now comes the tough part, is that it's separated into 2. Thankfully, unlike Twin Dragons, these things do not recover health. Good lord, I think I would have an aneurysm if these things recovered health. But they do quite a bit of damage. I want to try to avoid that. There we go. That was the best bug butt factory I've ever had in my life. Now comes. And I appreciate everybody on chat that was commenting right now how much they've enjoyed. I'm really happy. I'm really happy to hear. Okay, Spider speed running is just a wonderful, wonderful treat, and I'm so glad we're able to. I've been able to show this off. Not just myself, but also Mousy, who did the PS3 version of this specific game, doing 117%. Where's that final bird? The blue-footed, there we go. Oh, okay, that's bad. Okay. Don't think it's end of the world. I'm starting to get a little bit short on time on this. Okay, okay. On. There we go. Okay. Let us go. Oh, we got this. 114, not perfect, but it's good enough. Oh, on. Okay, this could go. I'm gonna need to lock in, but this can go very, very wrong. Oh, that could have been bad. I nearly missed it. If I miss one, it's restart city. Okay. Okay. All right. One more egg left. Thankfully, this is not... Oh, wow. How did I... Okay. I'm not in danger. This is... As far as, like, actual racing, this is not bad. This is relatively fine. It's the, This is a... However... If you are not careful, boy, this can go horribly, horribly wrong. And this is the longest race of the whole thing. I'm pretty sure. All right, that's lap one. We're in fourth place. I'm not worried. Yeah, this race, we're gonna catch up. We're gonna be at... I'd be shocked if we were not almost in first place by the time we finish this lap. And really, I didn't grab that rocket? Okay. Well, not that it matters, but in the long run, but still. Yeah, in fact, we might even be first place at the end of this lap. Which becomes a literal victory lap. Okay, I need to grab that rock to really ensure that that bird does not my way. There we go. All right, time is coming up. I'm getting just a bit of a warning. Time is coming up in maybe about 30 seconds. Like 30, yeah, 30, 35 seconds. Because it is literally, once I collect that egg, the run is automatically over. There's no like grand cutscene or anything. It's just that counter going from 148 to 149 at the top center part of your screen. I'm not even gonna risk it. Oh my god. Unbelievable. Time's coming up, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yo, time. There we go. Whew. Incredible. Let's go to another, let's go somewhere else, that is not this, this hellscape. Oh, man. So, on the load remove time, it is a trifecta PB. A 4:49:29, because I've been recording the load remove time. So this is a 54-second PB, but more importantly, officially got the sub 4 hours and 50 minutes, and actually 3 total PBs: trifecta PB, Spiral 1 PB, and Spiral 3 PB. Spiral 3 PB, boys, I have to take it's like maybe over 4 minutes. So yeah, I appreciate everybody for the GGs, Pink Train, Alu, Board Banana, Me Seal. Yeah, 3 PBs. I almost could have had the full sweep if not for kind of not great Spyro 2. But either way, I am exceptionally proud of this run. I'm really happy. Thank you to Really Longathon for giving me the opportunity to showcase this. I'm so thrilled, so happy to finally make my debut on this channel. I've been wanting to showcase a run like this since the first heard of it last year, and I hopefully it will not be my last time here. If any of you like to see me do more speedruns, I don't want to say I'm a variety speedrunner, but I do speedrun quite a fair amount of different things. Like I speedrun this trilogy, I speedrun the original Spyro 1 and 3, Pokemon TCG, the Game Boy Color one, Mario Golf for the Game Boy Color, other stuff like Ghostland Yard, a bunch of other stuff. So if y'all like what you see, you can find me on Twitch, same name, Toronite. And please support the ACLU. Please keep watching Really Longathon. The rest of this marathon is going to be fantastic. It's been phenomenal up to this point so far. And yeah, shout out to the Spyro speedrunning community, to the Reignited community. I am so happy with like I said earlier, wonderful people. It is technically it's still a niche speedrun community, but it is still such a wonderful and close-knit community. I am very grateful to be a part of it. But yeah, that'll be it for me. And like I said, go support the ACLU and keep watching the rest of this run and this marathon. And with that,